minimalismprojects.com, and I got that crazy hair going. So I just got done working on minimalizing my kitchen area. Still, working on some finishing details. We are hoping to move soon. And so we want to do some minimalizing even before we get into the new space. But either way, we want to minimalize, and we've just been really on this kick of, that type of thinking, only keeping things that have a purpose, getting rid of the clutter, all that kind of stuff. If you're into comic books like I am, and if you're into art the way I am, look at this crazy hair, man. Then you probably have collections of things, could be cards, comics, toys, doodads. I mean, I've actually gotten rid of a lot of stuff. And then art supplies. I mean, we artists just collect art supplies like it's nothing. And how much of it do we actually use? I don't know. I've collected way more than I've used, unfortunately. And actually I threw a lot of it away, but I still have a lot of it. So it's time to get into gear and reduce the stuff I have significantly before I bring it into the new space, which will probably be, I don't know, it might be smaller. I don't know. We'll see. We haven't, definitely made that whole connection or decision yet. So, so anyways, it's time though to minimalize some things, clean some stuff up, and see what we can get rid of. I'm having a hard time thinking about getting rid of my comics. But I think I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna try. Now I've got about 6 long boxes worth of comics, maybe even more technically if I stuffed them, and there might be a little overflow. Not sure, but I've got about 6. There's always already a big box of comics that I'm getting rid of in the trunk of my car. It's been there for a couple weeks now. That was when I was first trying to clean stuff out around here, but I found it really hard to get rid of a lot of comics that I wanted to keep around. Now a lot of this stuff is from my past. I mean, I guess technically it's all from my past, right? And there's a lot of other things going on, but one thing I was thinking is kind of going from being less of a consumer and more of a creator. Now I'm already both things, I already participate in consuming comics and collecting and things like that, and I guess even more being less of a collector. I want to reduce my consuming, but I really want to almost rid myself of collecting as much as I can. So what I'm thinking is, can I at the very least reduce my 6 long boxes worth of comics into 2 long boxes? Actually, you know what? I'm going to try to reduce them into 2 short boxes. So really 1 long box. Is it possible? And the thing is my wife is allergic to dust mites, all that stuff. This is a problem that we've been fighting for a while. She just is itchy every day for, really badly. And we're trying to clean things up, and it's really tough. So we're constantly spraying things with vinegar, and alcohol, and we're, obviously dusting and vacuuming and cleaning and all that stuff. Thing is something that really collects dust a lot is paper and cardboard, which is literally what the comic collection is, paper and cardboard. So I'm going to be purchasing some plastic short boxes that I found online. There are some long boxes, but if I can't reduce it to 2 short boxes, I might go in and buy a long box. But they're expensive. They're like $31 for one long box that I found so far. And I found for 2 short boxes, it's about $27. And they're nice. They're these gray ones. They kind of look a little more elegant or whatever. So it'd be nice to kind of make things look a little nicer. And they're different. They kind of have this weird hatch opening, like lid and stuff. So you guys will see it when I finally get it and stuff. So, but other than that, we're going to keep the cardboard ones until I can, get a hold of those. But one thing that I'm going to be doing as I try to clean up these comics and decide what I want to keep and what I want to get rid of is I'm going to be also vacuuming like the tops of the comics and stuff, like, so I'll go through with the vacuum because I want to keep the dust down, maybe vacuum the outside of the boxes. We're trying to not cause my wife to have like fits of itchiness if we can at all possibly avoid that. And also, like I said, being less of a collector, less of a consumer, and more of a creator, creating things for other people to collect and consume, I guess, which is maybe not the greatest thing, I don't know, but it is what it is. But I'm trying to think, even with my art supplies, I've been going way much more digital lately, and I'll still always do some traditional, but I'm going to keep that to a minimal as far as like collecting art supplies, and unless I absolutely need it, I'm not going to keep it. So I'll keep sketchbooks and stuff still, things like that, but I'll make sure they all have a place and they're not all over the place and whatnot. So my strategy again is to, get it down to either 2 long boxes or 2 short boxes if I can. And so what I was going to say is also, being more of a creator, being less of a consumer, I can sell these comics, obviously. Now, I'm not going to sell them individually. I'm just going to bring them to the comic shop. They're going to give me the worst price ever. I don't have anything that's like super worth anything anyways, but I'll get some money for it. And I think what I'm going to do is try to see if that can help bring me to a place where I could get like an iPad Pro or a Surface Pro or whatever these things are, the digital tablets that I can make more comics. So again, I'm taking the things that I've consumed and collected and turning them into something I can create with and be more efficient with and have more, if I have that convenient way of making comics digitally, then, I'm reducing the clutter, and I'm also making it more convenient and easier for me to get the creativity out there, so trying to do, kind of 2 things at once here. So we'll see how that all works out. Now, one thing I'm pretty sure of, and you guys might have thought it was crazy, oh, you're spraying comics with vinegar, what the heck? Well, it is crazy, but I've never collected comics, for them to be worth something specifically. But yeah, one thing that I kind of feel like is I really want to keep all of my Kirby comics. I have a collection, almost a full small box, short box of Kirby comics, and that one's going to be hard to let go of any of those, but we'll see what happens. And so I don't know, it's going to be tricky. I also want to keep comics from like friends and stuff I've bought, like Kickstarters and things like that, independent stuff, and also my mini comic collection. I think I want to keep those, but maybe I can find a different box or something to put mini comics specifically in. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. While I was going through, I was kind of trying to determine what I wanted to keep, and the way I originally started collecting comics was I collected them by artists. So when I saw a cool artist I liked, like McFarlane or Liefeld or Eric Larson or Mark Silvestri, basically the Image guys, but then there was other people too, but I would go and try to find their older stuff, the Spider-Mans, the Hulks, the whatever stuff they did before Image, Batman, whatever it is that they worked on. And so I have a lot of stuff by artists. So what I did was I got rid of a lot of stuff by all those artists and just kept kind of a representation of books that I really loved. So I would only keep like one or two books from each artist, or sometimes for the bigger ones that I really love, like McFarlane, Liefeld, I probably kept at least like 10 or so, or 15. Eric Larson, I kept a bunch. But yeah, so there's that. And then what else is there? I don't know. I got rid of a lot. And I'm trying to think I also have almost a full box full of like mini comics, and there's a lot of comics, like probably a full box or more of just comics from my friends, and indie people that I supported. So there's that. So those are the kind of things that I just can't really get rid of. The best, maybe I'll go through it again. There's also some just random like indie like kind of stuff from Image and just artists that I really have always enjoyed. So I kept a few little series here and there that I just really liked. Tokyo Ghost, I kept the full series of all the comics that I had for that. I kept like one Paper Girls, even though I have like 6 of them. I don't know. I just tried to, it was really hard to get through, and I got rid of as much as I possibly could. Maybe I'll be able to go through them and get rid of more someday, but for now, that's what I got. I got 6 short boxes, and I'm thinking about what I should do about collecting alternate comics, because I love to support, but at the same time, I'm in a phase of my life where I'm not trying to be a collector anymore. So that's a little bit of a tough one. And the other thing I'll be collecting is books that I'm involved in too. So that's a whole nother story, so we'll see how that goes down. But yeah, and there's also like art books and bigger sized books that I still have, and I'm trying to get rid of some of those, but a lot of those I have for a reason, so it's going to be hard to get rid of those, but I'm doing the best I can. Alright, y'all, it's the next day. Got my comics here. I got about 3 to 4, somewhere around that, comics sitting in the back there. And yeah, gonna see if they'll give me some money on it. We'll see. It'll be interesting. Usually this guy buys comics, so hopefully he'll do it again. And I don't expect to make enough to like a ton of money, but we'll see. Alright, so surprisingly, it's kind of weird because I saw a sign. They moved into a different location. I've never been to it's literally in the same plaza, just like a few doors down. And there was a sign on the door that said they're not open on Mondays, but it's Monday now, and they were open. Apparently just for like an hour or something. But anyways, so I've been telling you guys about this dust issue and trying to get these like plastic bins and stuff. He did not buy the comics. He said he's not buying comics until like maybe 2 weeks from now or something. So there's another comic shop down the road. I'm gonna go try there, and then there's a few other comic shops that I can maybe bump around here and there. So I'm gonna try those probably. I'll try one right now, and then if that one doesn't work, then another day I'll stop at another place. If not, I can go back in 2 weeks or whatever, so that'll be fine. But we'll see what happens. It's funny though, he said he was pricing a collection he just got, so I was just like, oh boy. So bad timing, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe if I came in on Sunday or something, it would have been better, but I figured I didn't come Sunday because I was like, he's probably busy. Sunday's usually busy at comic shops and stuff, and I thought Monday would be perfect if they're open. So I don't know. We'll see. Let's go to the next place. Another no-go, sort of. Well, actually, it might be a go-go. But yeah, by the way, the bins I was talking about that I got, the reason why I bought them was because online, just to buy one, it was like $31, the same exact kind of bin. Here at this place, it was $10, so I got 2 for $20. They were dusty. They're probably used or something. I don't know, but I'm gonna clean them up first before I bring them in and put comics in them. But that's a deal for me. I was thinking I was gonna have to pay a lot more, so I may need another short bin at some point. We'll see. I don't know if I can fit all my comics in that, but we'll give it a try, see what happens. It might be the perfect solution for now. Other than that, yeah, they said they're going to. He does buy comics, but the owner just left, so he leaves at 3-ish usually. So I'm gonna see if I can catch him tomorrow or something. Give him a call or whatever. So yeah. All right, so it's about a week later. Well, not a week. It's Friday of the same week. And I sold the comics only for $50. He just wanted a small stack of them, and I wanted to get rid of my comics. So there's not really much in there that's worth anything. I already know anyways. He would have took them if there was. And so I was just like, will you just take them, for that much? And he's like, oh, my wife will be mad, but yeah, I guess so, sure. He wanted to look for a couple that he missed, and there was a lot of boxes, so, I was like, well, you can, instead of digging through, you could just take them all. So, it is what it is. I would have liked to have gotten more. I think if I went, the other place was buying, he would have taken them for more money, because he has before, and I was surprised that he gave me so much money, because I'm like, these comics are not worth anything. But it is what it is. It really doesn't matter. I'm not really trying to get a lot of money. More than anything, I'm trying just to get rid of comics. Like I said, I kept five short boxes, so I still got a lot of comics, and I don't know, I'm good with that. I'm good with what I got, so I'm glad I got rid of them, and now I gotta do some more minimalizing. We're gonna be getting rid of a lot of books and just regular books and stuff. We're gonna consolidate all of our DVDs into DVD folders, and then we're gonna recycle all of the boxes, and we're going to get rid of a lot of my art supplies, furniture even we're getting rid of. We're just trying to get rid of as much as we possibly can, and get lean and mean on all this stuff. So yeah. All right, so I got these little flurry hair things going on. So I took most of my comics and put them into those boxes, those two black long boxes, and so that is organized to a certain degree. As I'm going through those, was tempted to crack open some of the comics and either read them or just look through them, and it's like I'm trying to do organizing and moving stuff around and stuff, so I resisted the temptation, but I feel like I might go back in there. We'll see. Yeah, now most of my comics are in those two boxes. I have one more short box left, and I'm leaving that's like my mini comics and stuff. I may buy another box at some point, so not to have the cardboard around as much. With the dust mite situation, they're really, I guess, attracted to paper, fabrics, cardboard, things like that. They really flourish in. So trying to keep that kind of stuff less, than it was before. We tried to freeze out the house yesterday. We had it freeze kind of cold for like 4 hours. I think it calmed some of the dust mite activity a little bit. We're probably going to get rid of our couch this week. I got to kind of tear it apart and put it in the dumpster. Yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna, I know it sounds crazy, we're getting rid of our couch, but we're planning on getting new stuff at some point that's easier to clean and all that. And this is just something we got from family and stuff. It's not bad, but it's kind of on its way out anyways. That's some laundry I did too. So, you know, it's time to kind of make some changes with some things anyways. So, you know, we got a plan. We're trying to minimize, trying to have all of our stuff have a purpose and not have too much stuff. And that's what's going on. I feel like as I was going through these comics, though, I felt like there's some things I still could get rid of to make a little more room. I'm thinking about the Alterna stuff because it's a pretty big amount. It's probably 2/3 of a short box at this point, and it's only going to keep growing if I keep going with that. I'm thinking that maybe I'll ask my store to only buy the trade paperbacks when they come out from now on, and then that way it'll be easier for me to collect stuff, and maybe I'll get some little extra bonuses. And it's a little bit more expensive, but not that much. It's interesting. Well, maybe it is a lot more expensive. I don't know. I really love individual floppies, but you know, when you're trying to minimize, I don't know. And it's a lot easier to read, you know, a trade paperback than a bunch of floppies, you know. So I don't know. Maybe I think no matter what, I'm always going to support Alterna, but the way in which I do might change shape a little bit because of my own personal goals to minimize things. I think I'll always be collecting comics. I think probably it's gonna expand, but you know, to be honest, all the comics I had, a lot of them were not even mine. Like, they were stuff I got from other people's collections and stuff, so I had a lot of doubles in there. And I just had a lot of stuff that isn't stuff I would have picked off the shelf, you know. So now I'm down to mostly what I would have picked off the shelf, and I feel like I could even still get rid of, you know, I don't know, maybe half a long box worth more. But, you know, we don't need to go crazy, do we?